they are because you see it every day. And I think that's really true for me too, that I never really understood how special my mother is. But I started to get a couple of ideas when I was growing up. I remember when she used to work, and she would know the names of every bus driver on every route that she had, and she would know their kids' names, and she would know when they were their vacation schedule. They were going for vacation, they were coming back. And because you know my mother, you know she's never late for anything. Bus drivers also knew that. So if they got to their stop early, they would stop and wait because they knew that Mary was coming right on time. And so that was the first time I realized how special she was. And you know, I don't think she was late for work at all in, 60 years. Never late for work. She was late with her rent once, and it was because she was in the hospital, and she wasn't able to pay her rent, and ever since that time, she paid her rent 2 or 3 weeks early, every single month.
So Mary.
What you would call a relaxed one.
Now, there wasn't Facebook, and there wasn't Twitter. Mary was around. So instead, what there was to take the place of that was Mary's birthday list. And Mary, if you've ever been on Mary's birthday list, you know you can never get off. And you know that you'll always get a card well ahead of your birthday. Never late. So as I begin to think about the things that make her different and special to people, I realized what a generous spirit she has. When I moved to Chicago in 1996 from Colorado for a year and a half, I remember I'd go to my mom's house every week, and she would always have a care package for me, and it was soap. And by the time I moved back to Colorado in 1997, I had accumulated so much soap, and I'm not even exaggerating. I did not run out until last year. The soap I had from that 1 year lasted me for 10 years. My mother is the kind of person that is so generous that although she's never driven a car, she's never learned to drive. Never learned to drive, and yet she always has change for the parking meter for anybody who needs it. Her responsibility, as well as understanding the traffic laws, every new traffic law that the city of Chicago passes, she tells me about it just to warn me that I better be careful. Now she's lived in her current apartment building for, what, 8 years.
What's all the juice? Get that juice with all those little spittles.
So she's the kind of person that makes such an impression on people. I've never heard this before. She's never had a rent hike. How often do you do leases? Every 2 years or what?
Every year. But
Every year she does a lease, and what happens?
I asked them one time, I got the list of the same rental. So I went downstairs to my management, where it was wonderful to me.
Man's money. Man's money. Man's money.
So my rent is still the same thing. Mary, we're never going to.
And if you think that's unusual, she lived in the previous building for 12 years, and the last 6 of those, they didn't give her rent increases either. In fact, she makes such an impression on people that even today, even though she hasn't lived in that old building for 9 years now, every Sunday when I go out to breakfast with her, I stop by that old building that she used to live in, because they keep the Sun Times for her. And the doormen have been changed. Doormen don't know why Mary gets a Sun Times every week. But the maintenance director, who's still there, says to us, you keep a paper for Mary. She's going to come here every Sunday and pick it up.
Everybody loves Mary.
So that's the kind of impression she has on people. So in just thinking about the generosity, the support, and the fact that even though she has her opinions, she never voices them on people. She never is judgmental. She's always supportive of all her kids and all their permutations and all their relationships that she's able to keep track of much better than any of us are. So I guess for all that, I just think I wanted to toast you for being who you are, for being so wonderful, loving, supportive, loyal, and generous. And just a way of that your circle of friends and loved ones.
No.
Here.
Here. You can't have any of that. Oh, it's non-alcohol? Oh, okay. It's non-alcohol. You can have it.
No, what she has.
Huh?
What she has.
Oh, okay. It's not alcohol. Okay. Do you have another one like non-alcohol? For this one over here? Thanks.
Oh.
those that live in the Chicago region,
I
I thank you so much for coming here to celebrate my birthday. You have given me love, kindness, and respect all the time. And I would like to thank Terry and Steve for this wonderful event. Thank you so much, Terry.